The Bible says that the earth is round, a circle, not flat, before there was any scientific proof. This truth is told in the book of Isaiah chapter 40, verse 22, that says, "It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth," which states clearly that the earth is round or a sphere, and not flat. The book of Isaiah was written between 740 BC and 686 BC, which today is almost 3,000 years ago. To delve into this matter deeper, we need to know who is the prophet Isaiah. There are various information about the life of the prophet Isaiah. Some said that he became a prophet when he saw God in a vision, a figure so immense that only the hem of God's garment filled the temple. The prophet Isaiah was overwhelmed by his contact with the divine glory and holiness. At once, he became agonizingly aware of God's need for a messenger to the people of Israel. And, that despite his own sense of inadequacy, he offered himself for God's service and said, "Here am I. Send me." Some Bible historians said that, of all the prophets, the prophet Isaiah was an aristocrat, and had the closest relationship to royalty because he was a nephew of the Judean king Amaziah. He served as a royal counselor and was often consulted by the 4 kings of the kingdom of Judah on political and religious matters. However, despite his undeniable high status in life, there is no record whatsoever about his knowledge in astronomy, or whether his understanding was just rudimentary or quite extensive. Furthermore, during his time, there were yet no spaceships, so that nobody had any means to view the Earth from a distance. Also, the invention of the telescope was only quite much later, specifically in the year 1608, so that the prophet Isaiah could not have had any basis or physical evidence for saying that the Earth is actually round and not flat. Without the use of a powerful telescope, there was no way for him then to view the shape of the planets in our solar system that he could have used as basis to infer the shape of our planet Earth. Thus it is quite safe to assume that the prophet Isaiah just wrote that the earth is round according to his inspiration from God. However, contrary to what the prophet Isaiah wrote in the Bible, there is still a persistent old belief, until this day, that the earth is flat. This absurd and insane belief flourished even after the circumnavigations of the globe by maritime explorers, such as Spanish Juan Sebastián Elcano in the years 1519 to 1522. And Englishman Francis Drake in the years 1577 to 1580. Among the many believers of the flat earth are some of the well-respected Greek philosophers, such as Thales, Leucippus, Democritus, as well as the ancient Buddhists and many others. Also, what is more surprising is the fact that there are many organizations that are relentlessly espousing the belief in a flat earth. There is the Flat Earth Society, which is one of the oldest and most well-known group with thousands of members, that publishes a quarterly magazine, The Flat Earth. Another group is the Flat Earth Research Society International, which has a forum where members can share their research and evidence for the flat earth. Also, the Flat Earth International Conference is an annual event that brings together flat earthers from around the world, spreading their belief that the earth is flat in opposition to scientific evidence. They are even insisting that all pictures showing a round earth are fake. They are also saying that all reports about astronauts landing on the moon, which is round, are fake. Most dumbfounding and quite intriguing of all, according to history as written in Wikipedia. In the year 1600, the top leadership of a church has remained still very strongly convinced that the earth is flat. Galileo Galilei, a famous Italian astronomer, scientist, and inventor, made improvements to the original telescope in the year 1609 from its 3 times magnification to 30 times magnification, that enabled him to see very clearly the shape of the planets as round and not flat. Based on his observations, Galileo published his findings in his book Sidereus Nuncius in the year 1610, irrefutably proving that the earth is round. Galileo's vigorous assertion made the church very furious and ordered that Galileo be tried in a religious inquisition in the year 1615. After which a verdict was issued proclaiming that Galileo's findings and observations as foolishness, false, and in direct and brash contradiction to the teachings of the Church that the earth is flat. Galileo was then condemned publicly and forced to renounce and to recant his findings. But he refused, and as a result Galileo was sent to prison in the year 1633. And he spent the rest of his life under house arrest until his death in the year 1642. Finally, after exactly 330 years from the death of Galileo Galilei, The Earth was photographed by the astronauts of the Apollo 17 spacecraft on December 7, 1972, showing that the Earth is indeed round and not flat. To God be the glory.